Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo. Did you see the phone that was in my hand? I'll do it again. Hello, Galaxy. Chris Perillo. Did you see it that time? I had to look down to make sure I was holding onto the right phone. It's the Pixel. The Pixel 7 Pro to be specific. Not necessarily my favorite Pixel of all time. That would be the Google Pixel 2 XL because it had nothing to do with hardware, had everything to do with software. In the news, in the tech news specifically, and you might know the latest tech news because we now have an active news crawler there in one of the windows on live.perillo.com. You can join us 24/7, geeking out, playing video games. Some people doing software development. Someone here, where are they? There we go. Mozup is editing audio up there. So we've got a regular geekathon, a regular 24/7 geek out at live.perillo.com. In the ticker, there was news suggesting that Google has finally released the Magic Eraser tool. Now, when I say released, it had been previously released to Google Pixel owners. And the first time I saw it, I thought, well, that's pretty neat, but you can do that in, plenty of third-party software on Android, not a big deal. But then I thought, well, wait a minute, why are they just releasing this Magic Eraser tool on Google Photos, specifically on the Google Pixel? It didn't make any sense. Like, I'm already a Google subscriber, right? I pay for Google One, as do a great many of you. And I thought, well, why? Why did they just why is that an exclusive? I mean, it's an interesting exclusive. I can't wait to use it, but it was just like, oh, man, that kind of sucks. Because I'm not going to buy a Google Pixel just to get that feature. No way. Nah, I still recommend the Google Pixel to a great many people. Certainly, absolutely. But like me, no, not so much. I'm a completely different type of user. And honestly, the Google Pixel, I'm not quite sure it knows what it wants to be when it grows up. That's my feeling. And this is kind of what the subject of this video is by and large. So first of all, if you're a Google One subscriber, you'll be able to use the Magic Eraser tool and I believe camouflage tool within Google Photos, I think within the next few weeks, if not month. And if that feature hasn't already been rolled out on your phone, that'll be a free upgrade, basically, if you already pay for a Google One subscription, any tier of a Google One subscription, which you're paying for anyway, if you get storage or other services, yada, yada, yada. So it just got me thinking, not just, with Google basically not calling a mulligan exactly, but saying, all right, well, now this feature is available for everybody. Okay, but why did they make it exclusive to the Pixel? I mean, I guess maybe they thought it was going to sell more devices. I'm not quite sure if that was going to be the thing, right? That's just a small, it's a bonus, it's a benefit, or would have been, but not the thing that's going to drive people to get a Google Pixel. And the more that, I see Google doing things with hardware, the more concerned I get in the shadow of the things they've done with software. Now, I've made it very clear that I am not exactly thrilled with the performance on Google Pixel devices, at least the recent gens. Not exactly happy with the software changes that they made with recent versions of Android. I got past the whole bulbous the bulbous experience on the recent Pixels with Android, right? The what do they call it? The raw Android, right? Just the AOSP, like just this straight up Android, no modifications. I'm not a fan of the interface. And honestly, I'm not a fan of the Pixel launcher, and unfortunately, because of Android bugs with gesture nav, using a third-party launcher on Android is a no-go. The problems with the Pixel just keep adding up, but specifically in the realm of software. So I see Google now sunsetting Stadia, right? Now, I know Stadia is a completely different product, right? But it involved hardware, it involved software, and of course it involved, third-party publishers. And I'm not saying that they're going to sunset Android. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I would like to see Samsung take a bigger role with the development of Android, because I do believe that by and large, and there are certainly caveats, Samsung generally knows what it's doing with Android, I feel, better than Google knows what it's doing with Android, because Samsung is more product focused, at least as a company, right? Google still doesn't really know what it wants to be when it grows up. And I don't think that's ever been any more apparent than with the rollout of Bard, if you'd call it a rollout, right? Their alleged Bing or ChatGPT AI chat search competitor that just fell flat on its face. That's a completely different discussion entirely as well. But Google has a tendency to sunset things. And the Pixel's been going on for a few generations now, right? 7 generations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7. Yeah. I had to make sure they didn't skip a number because, in some places of the world they skip numbers. Not here in America. We believe in all the numbers, including 13. No one wants to avoid 13. That's not an unlucky number here. The idea, though, that the Pixel was built with software in mind, and they release features that are optimized for the Pixel, like the Google Assistant integration, right? The being able to answer a phone call without picking it up. Well, now Samsung's doing that with Bixby. And they're going to double down on Bixby and using Bixby throughout the entire Samsung experience. Even if you don't use Bixby as a Google Assistant alternative, which is one of the reasons I feel Bixby kind of fell flat on its face, because let's face it, like if you have a choice between Google Assistant and Bixby, you're probably going to choose Google Assistant. Just like if you have a choice between Siri and a pencil stab in the leg, you're probably going to take a pencil stab in the leg. That's just a guess. I don't know. Maybe you like Siri. Okay, more power to you. Maybe it'll improve over time, and I will start to like it at some point. I'm sorry, I couldn't find any results. Would you like me to search the web? Don't search the web. What you got to know is that Google is still producing hardware in conjunction with software, but they keep sunsetting things. And now they keep taking their features that are I guess, temporary exclusives for their Pixel devices and then pushing them out to all Android devices. It just makes me wonder, where does the Pixel sit? Where is it in the Android ecosystem? Where is it? Where is it with Google's hardware? I mean, yes, they've got Nest. Absolutely, and plenty of alternatives out there for that. But it's not even about the alternatives. It's just Google and hardware. Google and even software. We're not even talking like web-based stuff, like software, actual like software that you download, install, software you run locally. Google knows what it's doing, but at the same time, it just feels like it's a matter of time before it's no longer there. And it just makes me wonder, how long will the Pixel be around? I'm genuinely concerned, because if we lose just one more competitor, not that we have a whole bunch of Android competitors here in the US, because quite honestly, we do not. Like, it's Samsung and everything else is a toss-up. So I don't want the Pixel to disappear, but I'm worried. I don't know the Pixel's future. Maybe you feel more confident than I do. But in seeing, look at the Google graveyard, everything they created and then sunset, all the features that they rolled out and then rolled out to everybody else. It just makes you wonder, like, what are they trying to do with the Pixel?